Now we're going to look at the various different components that you can edit in Maya. So if you hold down the right mouse button, you'll have these various different options here. Today we're only going to focus on edge, vertex, and faces. These are the various different components that make up 3D models. Now vertexes are basically points within a 3D space. They're kind of like coordinates. And two coordinates will make up an edge, which is the blue lines here. And the more edges and vertexes you have, you're able then to create a face. So 4 vertexes here creates 4 edges, and then in the middle here it fills it in with a polygon face, which is this right here. Now you can select any of these aspects, such as the face, edge, and vertexes, and by doing so you can manipulate these aspects and mold them into whatever shape or form that you want. Now to do that, you have to first select the object and then hold the right mouse button. So we'll start off with the edges first. So if you click over to edge, you'll notice that the edges have now become this sort of blue highlight. This basically means that you can now select these various different components and move them around. And you'll know that you can select them because you'll see that when I hover over an edge, it will have a sort of red outline, which basically means if I press the left mouse button, it will turn orange. This indicates that you have now selected that edge. And with that edge selected, you can do whatever you want. So you can use your move, scale, or rotate. So I'll use the move tool, for example. You can see that I can now move this edge and kind of create a different shape with it. Or if I use the rotate, I can rotate the edge in whichever degree I want. Same with the scale as well, so I can now scale down this edge. And you can do the same with the vertex as well, so I can select these vertexes and just move that one particular vertex point out. You can't really rotate or scale up the vertexes. It's mainly just the move that you'll use for vertexes. If I hold down the right mouse button and go to face, I can now select the polygon faces here. And once again I can do the same thing, so I can move them, rotate, and scale them inwards, like so. There is an option here for multi, so you can select not just faces, vertex, etc., but you can select a face or just go straight into edges. Although I would just say just stick with the faces, edges, and vertexes for now. Now you can select more than just one part of a model. So for example with the faces, you can select more than just one face. In order to do that, you can hold down shift, and you might have noticed above the cursor that there is a plus or a minus aspect to it. You can minus, which means deselect stuff that you already have selected. So for example, if I select these two faces, I can just go over to the orange aspect here, click left mouse button, I can unselect it. So to select more than just one face or one edge or one vertex, etc., you hold down shift and then select the different parts that you want. Another way to do it as well is if you double click the left mouse button, you can select all aspects, or to select a ring around it, you hold shift, double click, and it will select a ring of faces or vertex, etc., that Maya assumes that you want to select. So this is really good when it comes to morphing different parts, as well as anything else that you may need.